Chapter 1. Running. I keep running. I can't stop now, and I won't stop, because I can't let them win. The leaves swirl in the wind that is created when I run by. The soil beneath my toes covers my feet in a new layer. Howls. They're coming. I hear this footsteps trailing behind me, slowly closing in. Faster. I have to run even faster. Flickers of light shine through the trees as I approach the edge of the tree line. I can hear cheering from the excited pack members. My wolf cheers and urges me further. We're almost there. I come into the clearing, and the pack members just get louder when they see me. A smile breaks out on my face. I push myself faster the last few feet. The closer I get to the fire pit, the louder my friends get. My brother is the loudest out of all of them. I giggle and run the last few strides. I slam the stake into the rock pile right next to the fire. The pack erupts even more, excited that I won. And the winner of tonight's Capture the Flag is Alyssa Reagan. My brother announces happily and excitedly to the pack. All my pack members start to cheer. I jump up with my hands in the air as the rest of the competitors come into view. They all come pat me on the back, congratulating me. Everyone does so. Everyone but Mila Bush. Long-time bully and hater. Not to mention pack slut. She just glares at me. I didn't stare too long. You can literally get sick from looking too long. With a smirk, I turn away, heading towards my friends. You made it, Alyssa. You are amazing. Can you just please marry me now? Stanley asked, going down on one knee. Stanley. Long-time best friend and partner in crime. I don't know what I would do without him. No, we aren't mates, but anyone would be lucky to be his mate, even me. Stanley, I yell and playfully slap his arm. You're hilarious, I say with a giggle. Great job, sis, my brother Nick says. Thanks. I learned from the best. I tell him with a wink. Nick is my elder brother. He's currently 20, soon to be 21. He's also the alpha of my pack. He took over for my dad when he turned 18. After my parents gave the alpha position to Nick, they went to work and joined the royal pack. I was only 16 at the time and didn't want to leave, so my brother and his mate take care of me. That was great. I love you so much, kid, he says while hugging me. What do you say? Should we head home? He asks, and I nod. We all head towards our house, leaving all the other pack members by the fire pit. The walk home was short, and soon we are inside for the night. Serenity is my brother's mate. They met each other very young and mated soon after that. It's pretty normal for mates to have children at a young age. In some packs, it's encouraged. She was sitting on the couch when we came in. Nick walks over and presses her a kiss on the forehead. How was the little monster tonight? Or asks. He was pretty good tonight, but it took forever for him to fall asleep. That is so hard-headed. I think he gets that from you, Seren says with a giggle. Nick just growls playfully. How were games tonight? It was fun. Alyssa won again. Guess it's a surprise to no one, but I missed you, baby, he says in a loving tone. I smile to myself. To be honest, sometimes I'm a bit jealous about how cute they are. I have always wanted a mate so badly. I have always wanted someone to care for me, and I've always wanted to take care of them. I want what my brother and his mate have. My parents have always been a little distant, but it's worse now that they are part of the royal pack. I have a lot of time to myself, not that I don't mind. You guys, I'm getting pretty tired. I think I'm going to head to bed now. Have a good night, you two. I walk towards my room after saying good night. Before I leave the living room, I shout over my shoulder, "Don't do anything I wouldn't do." I hear their soft chuckles as I walk down the dark hallway. I flip on the light and continue walking. I stop by my nephew's room and watch him for a minute. He looks so much like Nick. He's only 3 years old. Like I said, they mated young. I close his door and walk to the stairs, walking up them to my bedroom. I quickly shower and change into PJs before jumping into bed. My muscles ache as I slowly fall asleep, only to wake up to the screams of my little nephew. Chapter 2. I jump out of bed as I heard a blood-curdling screaming. It's from the mouth of my nephew. I look around the room, but I find no signs of danger. But then I hear the scream again. I run downstairs fast and into his room. He isn't there. The room looks untouched. I quickly race to the living room. My nephew is laying on the floor, screaming with tears running down his cheeks. Serenity is in the kitchen, making breakfast and looking as stressed as ever. What is going on? I ask her. My heart is still beating heavily. She looks up from the pan on the stove. He's been carrying on like this ever since Nick left this morning. I look at her confusedly. He sighs. Nick got a call late last night from an ambassador to the king. They informed us that the prince is looking for his mate and he would be visiting our pack in the next few days. Nick went to do some preparing work. I nod, understanding what she said. It made a lot more sense now. I look back at my nephew, who has calmed down a little now. There's still tear in his eyes. He sits up and reaches his arms up for me. I smile and pick him up. Oh, geez. Why didn't I think of that? Nick and you are practically the same person. I laugh. I hear this a lot. Though Nick and I don't look alike, we are very similar in terms of behaviour and actions. Serenity's eyes glaze over for a moment. Mind link. Then she comes out of her trace and looks at me. Nick just told me that the prince should be here by tomorrow night. I nod. It is not my concern, really. I've only seen the prince once when I was very young. He's not that much older than me. What I remember most about him is his warm, inviting brown eyes. Well, I better get ready for my rounds today. I think I'm meeting Stanley today for a swim by the waterfall. I set down Nick Jr. His name is fitting, seeing he's just like his father. I had a feeling the day was going to be hot and muggy, so I decided on just light clothes for the day. I packed my backpack with water and my swim gear. I head over to the pack house to meet with Stanley. I find him laying on his bed in swim trunks. What's going on, Stanley? He shrugs, eyes glued on his phone. I sigh and look around his room. I've been here 1,000,000 times. Sleepovers, fighting, crying. The usual. I playfully kick his stomach. Come on, Stanley. I want to swim before it gets too hot and everyone shows up. He groans and gets up. We head towards the backyard and take one of the golf carts to the waterfall. Our pack is set up like a campground. Everything is within walking distance, but isn't of campers or tents, it's houses. I love my pack. It's so beautiful here. After swimming for about an hour, Stanley and I decide to head back and do chores for the day. Everyone has to pitch in one way or another. That's how our pack runs. Everyone helps. I was in the middle of running the board for patrol when we spot a couple of cars heading towards the south entrance. Who are they? We weren't expecting anyone until tomorrow, but sure enough, the cars had the royal pack markings on the side. Nick. It seems our guests have arrived early. Damn it. I knew this was going to happen. The cars stop in front of the gate. A guard jumps out of the first car. He looks to be a higher up. Higher status than most. Personal guard, maybe. State your name and business with my pack. Pack warrior, Max says with a hard stare. The guard looks at us and then chuckles. We are here on the count of the prince. He is looking for his mate. We demand you open these gates and let us proceed to our business here. Max's eyes flare as he gets a mind link, probably from Nick. He nods his head as if he's actually in front of Nick. Max lifts his hand and motions for one of our guards to open the gate. The royal guard smirks and gets back in his car. They drive into our land. There are 6 cars in total. I wonder which one the amazing scent is coming from. After we finish up patrol and switch with the next group, I head back to my house to take a shower and change. Apparently Nick is having a huge dinner for the prince tonight, but it's already started. No point in showing up late and making a fool of myself. I just put on some of my comfy clothes and feast on the leftovers we had in the fridge. About 20 minutes after dinner, I decide to go for a walk. You know, to get off the calories I just ate. The wind nips at my cheeks as I walk through the pack. The parts that are usually alive with laughter and light are a little dull because everyone is at the dinner. I made my way down to the river, the outdoor lights illumining the path for me. I stick my feet into the cold water and sit down, watching the moon. It's only a few minutes until I hear some rustling from the trees. I jump up and spin around. Who's there? I ask out loud. More rustling. WHO's there. I ask a bit louder this time. Suddenly, the sweet scent that I smelled earlier hits me straight in the face. It smells wonderful. I've never smelt anything like it. The only way to describe it is, it smells like hazelnut and Starbucks. A man steps out from behind the trees. Who are you? I ask immediately. He glances up at me. First thing I notice is his warm, welcoming brown eyes. I'm George, Prince George. Chapter 3. I bow down onto my knees and lower my head. Your Highness. Forgive me for my rudeness. I didn't realize that it was you in the trees, I explain to him. He chuckles, coming closer to me. He reaches down and takes my hand, pulling me up. I jump back at the tingles he gives me. You don't have to bow down to me, ever. Because you are my mate. We are equals now. My eyebrows scrunch together. What? Mate? Ugh. You're so dumb, Alyssa. That's what is causing the amazing smell. Why didn't I realize that sooner? Yes, you are my mate. Can't you feel the sparks when we touch? Can you smell my amazing smell? Because I can sure smell yours. When I smelt it on your alpha earlier, I almost went insane. No one to touch my mate except me. I swallow. Oh, yeah, that's my brother, Nick. He looks at me with surprise. That makes me feel a little better, he trails off, but keeps looking at me. Do you mind if I hold you? I shake my head. I don't mind at all, but it's getting a bit cold out here. Would you like to head back to my house with me? I ask him. He nods with a smile. Of course I would. He takes my hand and we head back to my house. Pack members slowly, trickling back into their houses for the night. Many smile at us as we pass them. No one is home when we get there, which is a good thing. Would you like anything to drink? I ask him, going to the kitchen. You, he says in a low voice. What did you just say? I ask him, pretending I didn't hear his first response. I'm good. I don't need anything to drink. I nod and come back without anything. He's looking at my family pictures. So you're Nick's little sister, huh? I nod again, but realize he's facing somewhere else and can't see me. So I say, yes, I am. I don't have any siblings, he tells me, looking at another picture. It's painful, to be honest, until you both grow up. I tell him with a chuckle. I sit down on the couch and watch him. After a few moments of silence, I decide to speak up. So can you tell me what happens now? Well, finding you means my trip is over now. We will be heading back to the castle. He comes over to sit next to me. He grabs my hand, and I gasp, not yet used to the sparks. When do we leave? I ask, looking into his eyes. It's probably my favourite thing about him so far. Tomorrow morning, he answers. I let out a breath that I didn't notice that I was holding in. Okay, do I get to say goodbye to my family? Of course, he says with a nod. I stand up suddenly. Well, I better get packing then. Join me? I ask, holding out my hand. He smiles and takes it. I pack for the rest of the night, talking and bonding with my mate as I do. We don't go to bed until early morning. When we wake in the morning, we head down and have breakfast. My last meal with my family for a while. I'm sad, but very excited for the future. Baby, are you ready? George asks, coming up the stairs to my room. My heart burst a little from the new name. Yeah, I think so. I nod my head. We can always buy new things, or have them send you things that you forgot, he says with a smile. I smile and nod at him. Yeah, okay. I grab his hand and we both head downstairs with my bags. George helps load the car as I say goodbye to my family. My goodbye with Stanley is the longest. He's my best friend. He's like the only friend I've had my entire life. I have no idea what I would do without him. I wave goodbye to my pack as the car drives me off to my new home. I turn around and face forward with a frown. George squeezes my hand and looks at me. Don't worry, we can come visit whenever you want. I smile slightly. Thank you. It means a lot. Of course, anything for my mate, he says and looks out the window. A few moments pass before he speaks up again. It's going to be a few hours before we get there, so you might want to sleep a little. Get some shut-eye to make up for last night. Okay, I say and then lean against him. He wraps an arm around me and kisses the top of my head. Chapter 4. A few hours later, we finally arrive at the castle. I slept most of the journey. I'm not sure about George. He was awake whenever I was. Welcome to your new home, George whispers in my ear. I look out the window, expecting to see a huge castle, but instead, I see a house. I turn back to him in confusion. We actually don't live in the castle. My grandfather started the tradition. He thought that it was unsafe for the royal family to stay in the castle, because then everyone would know where we live. Yeah, there's a lot of security, but living here just gives us more privacy from the public. I live here with my parents, he explains. It makes sense and I understand why they do it. You don't want the public to be snooping on your life 24/7. The car rolls up to the front door of the house. George takes my hand and helps me out of the car. I look at the house in more detail now. It's beautiful. The house is built with stone and wood, which is the perfect combination. It's got a lot of windows and it's in the perfect location. Do you like it? He asks me with a smile. I nod quickly, a smile showing up on my face. Maybe we'll have something similar when we get our own place. I start to blush at his sentence. He shows me inside and it's just as amazing on the inside as it is on the outside. Everything is just so stunning. I love it. He shows me the whole house, saving his bedroom for last. So, this is our room. He pushes the door open, and it reveals a huge bedroom. It's not what I expected. I thought he would have a dark, boyish room, but it's almost the complete opposite. He watches me as I take in my new bedroom. What do you think? You can do whatever with it if you want. I look over at him. He's laying on the bed, relaxing. I shake my head no. I like it the way it is. I join him on the bed a few moments later, after taking on final spin around the room. The bed is so big, I literally could roll over 7 times in this bed, and not go over the edge. I wouldn't doubt that you could fit a small village in this bed. The blankets and sheets are just as soft as they look. I could lay here all day, forget life. I'll just be in bed all day. My eyes slowly close as I start to relax. I feel a finger poke my cheek. I groan. What? I was just wondering something. I want to know more about you. So, I was wondering how old you are. I'm 18, I say while rolling onto my side and facing him. What about you? I'm 24. My parents won't let me take over till I have a Luna, but now I have you. But don't freak out or anything. We can take this slow. We don't have to rush into anything. I think about what he said and then nod my head once I've thought it all over. Mon, are you hungry? Or asks. I suppose I could eat. Are you kidding me? I can eat anytime. I love food. He stands up and holds out his hand for me to take. I do, and he pulls me off the amazing bed. Goodbye, bed. I'm going to miss you until tonight. We walk to the kitchen while holding each other's hand. What can I make for you today? The personal chef asks us when we sit down. Some pasta would be amazing, Thomas. George tells him. Bacca! We both wait patiently for Thomas to make our food. It's not too long into the wait when George pulls out his phone. I don't mind. It gives me a chance to study him for once. Light brown hair, beauty marks on his face. Warm chocolate eyes that I've come to adore. A little bit of scruff from not shaving. He looks at me and I quickly look away. He squeezes my hand. You're so damn beautiful. I don't think I'll ever get used to it, he says and kisses my cheek. I blush. You sure do know how to make a girl blush, I say to him playfully. He shrugs with a smirk. Shortly after, Thomas is done with our food and we feast on the amazing flavour. When we finish our meal, we decide to head out to the porch and watch the sun go down. So tell me, sweetheart, what's your middle name? He turns to me. It's Rose, I tell him. Alyssa Rose. You're my little Rose. He comments with a small smile. Mine's Jefferson. George Jefferson Brooke. Well, that's something I could get used to, I say with a giggle. And I'm not little. You're little to me, he points out. George isn't just your average build. Being the prince has some perks physically. He has big muscles, and he's pretty tall. He's dubby perfect. Yeah, I know. You don't have to point it out. You're too adorable, he comments softly. I cover my blushing cheeks with my hands and stare at him. I feel the bond growing stronger by the minute. It excites me. Favourite colour? He thinks about this before replying. Red, and you? I think I'm going to have to go with purple. No, wait. I change my answer. Yes, I like red. But what if I have discovered is that my favourite colour is the colour of your eyes? Grey. Your eyes are probably one of my favourite things about you so far. Thank you. I like your eyes too. They are so inviting. I can stare at them for days. He laughs. And damn, that makes my pants shake. Who knew that a laugh could be so sexy? You learn new things every day, kids. So when you're not off helping your dad run a kingdom, what do? Hang out with friends, and I often like to read. I smile at his words. Not many men admit to reading. I love to read. I read a lot too. It's one of the most enjoyable ways to spend my time. Then I can't wait to show you the Royal Library. You'll be in heaven. My personal collection has some good ones too. No. Oh, your personal collection? I didn't realize we were so serious already, I tell him with a laugh. Well, of course. You are my mate. What's mine is yours, including my body. He winks at me. We continue talking and learning about each other for a little while longer. Soon, we both grow tired and head to our rooms. All right, you're going to be staying in my room. I'll be in the room right across the hall. I'm not going to rush you into anything, he tells me. I remember back to last night in my old bedroom. He insisted on sleeping on my fold-out couch, instead in my bed with me. He kisses my cheek. Well, good night. Sweet dreams, my little rose. He turns to walk away from me, but I grab his hand. Stay, I blurt out. He turns around and looks at me. What? Oh, asks. I said stay. I want you to stay. At least until I fall asleep, I say quickly. And he does. I fall asleep in his arms. The last thing I hear before I fall asleep is, "You're going to be the death of me, little Rose." Chapter 5. I wake up the next morning and the sun is at full brightness. I have to squint. I blink a few times, trying to adjust to the new light. I stretch and hit something rock hard. My eyes go wide. Looking over, I find a sleeping George. He's sleeping so hard, he probably didn't notice what I just did. I start to giggle. I can't believe I did that. I watch his face as his eyes open. "Good morning, my love," he says with a husky and not to mention sexy voice. I shiver at the sound of his voice. "Hey, sorry. I didn't mean to wake you up," I explain. "It's okay. I missed your pretty little face anyways," he tells me. Why does he have to be so darn cute? "So what do you want to do today?" I frown. "I don't know," I tell him honestly. "Think about it. We can do anything you want. The day is yours," he says, and leans in closer to me. "You know, you are the most beautiful girl in the world." I scoff. "No, I'm not," I tell him with a blush growing on my cheeks. "Yes, you are. Don't even try to deny it." "Prove it then," I challenge him. I honestly have no idea where this is going. I just didn't want to lose. He leans in close again, as if he's going to kiss me. The next thing I know, his soft lips are touching mine. His kiss is sweet and gentle, but becomes more passionate as we deepen it. I can get us to this. We are in the middle of a full-out make-out session when someone knocks on the door. "What?" George growls. A man comes in, looking scared by George's intense state. "Your father requests your presence, Your Highness," the man explained quickly. "Tell him I'm busy. It's really important." I said, "Tell him I'm buzzy," George yells. The man runs out of the room. George fumes as I glare at him. When his eyes meet mine, they soften. "Baby," he begins, but I don't stay to listen. I get up and go to the bathroom, locking the door behind me. I hear him sigh. "Alyssa, baby, please come out with me." "I'm busy," I tell him. I finish up in the bathroom a few minutes later and head out. George is still sitting on the bed. He has his hands over his eyes. He looks up at me, his eyes and cheeks red from where he was rubbing them. "I'm sorry, Alyssa. I didn't mean to scare you," he trolls off. I give a look. "You didn't scare me. You scared that guard. That isn't right. You are a prince, are you not?" I ask him, sassy in my voice. He nods his head. "Then act like one," I tell him with a huff. I got to my things and get changed for the day. When I come back into the bedroom, George is gone. I groan and sit on the bed. How am I supposed to get to the kitchen now? I'm going to get lost if I go by myself. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have acted that way. I apologize to the guard. I hear George say. I look up and he stands in the doorway. I nod my head. "Thank you," I say with a sigh. He comes to sit by me. After a few moments of silence, he speaks up. "You smell amazing, by the way," I giggle. "Thank you. I'll be right back at you." He stands up and clasps his hands. So what shall we do today, my little Rose? I put a hand on my chin, thinking. Well, first, I need to get something to eat, then maybe a walk. The view looks so amazing outside. He nods, and we head down to breakfast. All right, it's a little colder up here than your old pack. I think it would be wise for you to change into something warmer. I don't want my baby to be cold. George, we're werewolves. We hardly ever get cold. Yeah, and I don't want this to be one of the rare moments you do. Go change, he says sternly. Fine, but no, I'm not happy about this, I tell him, and he just smirks and I walk up the stairs. Shall we? He asks when I reach the bottom of the stairs. We shall, I say, and wrap my arm around his. He leads me outside. The cool air hits me as soon as we step outside. The leaves are changing. The weather is getting cooler. It's my favourite season, autumn. We walk down the middle of the street because they live in the middle of nowhere. The only word I can use to describe the scene is beautiful. Geez, this is awesome, I comment. Sure it is. It's even better with you, George says and gives me a kiss. Once again, I melt against his lips. He pulls back. Do you like that? He asks with a smirk. Stop it, I tell him, and he laughs. It's not funny. Besides, you're my mate. Of course I'm going to like your touches and kisses. Good. After the walk, we went back and had hot chocolate. We sat by the fire and talked. I just love listening to his voice. It's like honey. Towards the end of the day, I start to get sleepy. So George, take me to bed. Where are you going? I ask him when he doesn't follow me into bed. My dad is really pissed at me and wants to talk. So I'm going to visit him, and before you know it, I'll be back in bed next to you, he explains. I nod. Fine, but please don't talk too long. I tell him. He smiles at me and then leaves, securing the door him. I lay in bed, listening to the soft crackle of the fire. It's peaceful. I could get used to this. I hear footsteps going down the hall. Not many people use this hallway. Not many maids have jobs over in this section either. I smile and watch the door, waiting for my mate to come in. But when the door opens, it isn't him like I thought. So it's true, he says, looking right at me. I frown. Hello, father. Chapter 6. So the rumours are true, my father comments, taking a few steps into my room. What rumours? What the hell are you doing here? I demand. I think the better question is, what are you doing here? My father asks. I pull the covers up, trying to hide myself. I'm here to take you away. You need to leave. Why? I question, my eyebrows scrunching together. Did George order this? Does he not want me anymore? He swears under his breath. Do you not realise where you are? This is the crowned prince's bedroom. He points out. 1. Yes, and your point is? If the prince gets caught with common wolf like yourself, especially with a girl that is not his mate, he could be stripped from his title. My mind starts drifting to a different kind of stripping at the mention of the word. I'm not just a normal common wolf, must I remind you? I'm an alpha for Pete's sake. I'm very aware of our position. I'm doing this for the greater good. If you caught, you could be punished. I hear more footsteps. Gasped. Heavy. Brain, and there, George. What the hell is going on? Why are you in my chambers? George asked my father. I've come to get my daughter, sire. Father explains to my mate. Any why is that? Sire, if someone sees you with a girl who is not your mate, you could be stripped of your title. My daughter isn't worth all the trouble. Ouch. Ouch. A growl whips out of George's throat. Do not disrespect a woman like that, especially your own daughter. Your concern with my title doesn't matter. I will be keeping my title no matter what. I don't know if I can say the same about you. Sire, you aren't thinking correctly. She is not your mate. There is no good outcome of this situation. Listen here, you fucking idiot. Anyone with eyes can tell she's my mate. I don't fucking care if you are here, father, or not. You don't even deserve to be called that. Now, get out of my sight. I do not wish to ever see you again. George is practically shaking with anger. Please, just let me talk to my daughter, my father pleads. Only if the princess wishes, George says, and realization hits me. I'm the princess. I am going to be queen. George is queen. I like the sound of that. I feel both pairs of eyes on me, waiting for my response. I start, but can't find the right words to finish. The princess isn't feeling well. Please leave so I can take care of her. Aw, he's so cute. My dad starts storming toward George. You will not touch my daughter. I will kill you. What a change of heart in the past few minutes. I was practically worthless to him a few minutes ago. George just holds out his hand. Threatening the prince? Do you know what will happen to you now? George growls and my father stops. Father looks over at me. Please see yourself out, father. I basically spit out his name as if it were venom. But, he begins, but I cut him off. Father, please, you are only embarrassing yourself more. Leave, I tell him, and he goes silent. He turns around and walks towards the door. Finally, you're a lucky old man, George comments as my father leaves. I fall back on the bed. I run a hand through my hair and resting them on my face. George, I'm so sorry. He comes over to me. He leans on the side of the bed, studying my body. I look at him. Our eyes meet. Don't worry, sweetheart. It's okay. It's going to be fine. How do you know? I question. He leans in and kisses my lips. Because we have each other. No matter what we will face or what happens, we will have each other. Always, he says, and I can't help but smile. Oh, this is what I've always dreamed about. This is why I've wanted a mate since young. I've spent, 3 days with him, and he's already stolen my heart, and I don't want him to give it back. We stare at each other for a few seconds. Your butt looks fantastic today, by the way, he tells me. I giggle and lay back on the bed. Lay with me? I ask him. He nods his head. After getting ready for bed and changing into a pair of pants and no shirt, he returns. Man, I can get used to this view. My body heats up with every stride he takes towards me, out of the bathroom. By the look on your face, I'm going to guess you like all of this. He runs a hand down his abs. Man, I would kill to be that hand. Are you always this cocky? I ask him. He crawls into bed. He mocks, hurt. Is this what you think of me? I nod my head. I'm hurt, sweetheart, he says with a smile. He turns off the lights and snuggles closer to me. I sigh in content. You make me feel good. I tell him as his hand finds its way to my stomach and rubs it. I can say the same. I roll, facing him. I place a quick kiss on his lips, preparing myself for the next question. So what did your dad want? I ask. Nothing, he says shortly. George, please. Tell me. We're mates, remember? It's going to be a long and hard life if you keep things from me. I'm a big girl. I can handle things too. I know. I just don't want to think you're a big girl, so I can take care of you, my little Rose. No matter what, you are always going to take care of me. I will do the same, even if you are the big bad werewolf prince. You're still mine, I mean what I say. Yeah, I am. He whispers and kisses me. We are deep in a makeout session, with George's hand up my shirt when there is a knock on the door. I collapse on the bed. Are you kidding me? George laughs and tells the person to come in. So, it's true. You got to be screwing me, I say. George laughs again and then says, not yet, while wiggling his eyebrows. I start to blush as he talks to the person at the door. What are you talking about? He asks the young man in our doorway. My best friend found his mate. The guy says excitingly.